Hey everybody, it's Kim, aka Spartan Stitcher on Instagram, and I am back again with another monthly cross-stitching update. This is Flosstube 137. Today is the 1st of June 2024, and this is take number 3. So hopefully I can get through this without forgetting anything or making any mistakes, so you guys can see what stitching I got done in the month of May. I worked on 6 different pieces. So let's get to it. I've practiced now a few times. So, first of all, my 2024 Focus on a Finish, Friends Forever by Ann Stokes. This is a retired Haid. And I am working on this corner of 5 full pages, 3 partial pages, doing it all one color at a time. Roughly 3,500 tent stitches per month within the first 2 weeks of each month. And then I switched to another piece we'll talk about so I don't get tired of it. So it is fun to pull it out every month for a little bit. I have already worked on it today. I put in 285 on it. So last month in May I put in 3,800 tent stitches. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I had to look again because I worked on this in between takes. So I now have 28 colors done out of the 87 in the piece because I have now done the most top 3 used colors left on these 5 pages. And then I started working on the least used colors now that I've got all those most used colors to use as anchors and, help me count and everything. So I don't have, in December be doing a whole lot of confetti stitching all over the place. So like I said, 28 colors now complete. I think there's a total of like 18,000 tent stitches in the piece for the year already out of the 43,000 or so that I have to get done. So there we go. So the most used color that I finished in May was $37.99, so a lot of it's down here, and of course all through here as well. And then in the colors I've completed, you can see some of the light colors in there, and down here we're starting to see some colors. So that's pretty much where it's at. Not really anything over here yet. So there is end of May, first day of June progress. I have to do like 232 stitches on it per day the first 15 days of the month to reach that goal. So I'll be working on that one. These are not in order, by the way. My New Year, New Start was a Greyhound Year by the Blue Flower. I am stitching these individually on 2 pieces of fabric so that I can display them when they're done individually. So if you look at May, here you have a gray greyhound with a tree behind him and a tree in front of him. Except mine looks different. So I don't know what it was. If I was rushing to get this done, it may have been a weekday instead of a weekend when I was trying to get them done. But I always start at the center of the greyhound and work out. So do the hound first and then do the elements, whatever is around him. Somehow I did not get the greyhound centered in the space that I had. So then space is limited. I could, if I wanted to, like squeeze in the tree that's behind him, but then I don't know about my spacing left to get him in whatever size frame that I get. So right now I am just leaving him the way he is. I'm going to just let it sit and think about it. I'm going to try to find a frame that fits all of these anyways, so I can place it over him and see kind of what it looks like if he needs anything else. And if he does, if I'm going to have enough border over here for him to be sitting nicely in the frame. So that is my May Greyhound. This is 28 count Coffee Jobelin. So I've got one more hound for this piece of fabric. So January, February. There's March and April. And then May. And what's really cool is the June Greyhound. Looks like he's got a watermelon plant kind of around him. And I decided to try growing watermelons this year. So I've got, darn rabbit kind of got at them. I planted 4. Rabbit pretty much ate 2 except for the stems. Started eating a third. But I have since sprayed animal repellent kind of around the area, and that seems to be working. So we're hoping that at least the one plant survives, and it's obviously growing. Hoping that the other 3 kind of come back, but it's only been a couple of weeks, week and a half. So we'll see how those go. Growing watermelons. So in Full Coverage Fanatics, we have a quarterly seasonal event where you stitch something that either has a scene that would work for that season or is the colors of that season. So for quarter 2, I am working on Sunday Delight by Randall Spangler. Nice bright colors for spring, or, you know, who wants some ice cream? So in April, I stitched a whole page, and then because my goal for the year is only 3 pages, and I didn't want to get those 3 pages done consecutively month after month after month, I thought I would burn out on that. So, plus I have plans to work on him for an event in November, so I can get the 3rd page done then. So April I finished a page, November I'll do a page. So for May and June, I split that 3rd page. So I've only done, I think I worked on them like 4 days. And working on this page right here. So worked on them 4 days in May, did 3,700 tent stitches. Show you first up close. So last time I did this page over here. And now I'm working on this page. So we got most of the ice cream carton in there. And this is the jar of cherries. So I will finish this page here in June. 25 count Lugana, the same as Friends Forever. They're both on 25 count Lugana. All right. Another piece I worked on for a monthly event in Full Coverage Fanatics was Seriously Small for May. And my smallest piece, let me get to picture, is Story Keep What Lies Within by Lisa Parker. This is the one where I did all the black extreme cross country, and then I filled in his eyes. Last year I did page 1 and into the window of page 2 because it splits the page. So our monthly events are only a week long this year in Full Coverage Fanatics, so I had 7 days, but I needed 8. So I worked on it 1 more day to finish the page. I put in 5,600 tent stitches to finish page 2. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. I finished page 2, 5,600 tent stitches. As I said, the window splits between page 1 and 2, and I had most of those yellow colors all done, yellow and oranges. So the page went really quickly, getting all those dark blues and blacks, and the only real confetti was right here in his ear. So I had a friend that saw this, and they really want me to do this partial page this year as well to get the row finish, pushing me to exceed my goals. I like that idea. Looking at my how much I've accomplished this year already and my plans for the future, which we'll talk about at the end, I do think I'll be able to do that. But it also got the wheels rolling in my head on this one. So if I can get that partial page done, let's say there's 3,000 stitches in there, just because there's an awful lot of black and it's a partial page. And then if I do, say, 2 pages next year, then, doing the math with the stitch count that's remaining, that would be approximately 40,000 stitches remaining after the 2 pages next year. So I've got Friends Forever as a finish for this year. I've got Sunday Delight is going to be my finish for next year. And then 2026, I have penciled this one in as my focus on a finish for 2026, because it should be entirely within within the range of being able to reach it. So let's see, here's the full piece. Same friend also said that I should, once I finish this row, instead of just moving down to the next row, I should leave this row until last, so that I stitch the whole thing, and then at the end I fill in around his eyes. So we'll see. But that is what lies within. So you probably see that again this year to finish that row. Okay, so for my daily piece after I finish Friends Forever, for the second 2 weeks of the month, I've been working on my oldest non-full coverage piece, which is Four Seasons Sal by Modern Folk Embroidery. This, I think I started it 2019, but it's a 2018 Sal. And for the month of May, I put in 1,672 stitches. This is 28 count Monaco that I Rit dyed, and I'm doing it 1/1 with ecru floss. So everything you see over here in the summer block is what I did. So end of April, you know, I finished the first half, you will, of the autumn block. So I just moved over here and did all of this. So we'll keep working on this. I have done a little bit more than extra now, so I think I only need about 1,500 or 1,550 stitches a month to get him done by the end of the year. So that is Four Seasons. Okay. Is that all? Oh, I got one more to show you. Last video, I had already started working on confabulation, supersize a confabulation of dragons. This is one that I am, let me get to the right picture, because I want to show you how I'm splitting it. This is the one that I'm splitting into the triptych. So designed by Scott Gustafson. And right now I'm working on this big panel right here. We're not worried about that. I don't know when or if I'll ever stitch those two. But right now, let me zoom in. Okay, so I was working on this page. You had saw the start of the wing there last time I was here. And so I finished this page, and if you look, it has the horns of the yellow dragon as well as his cute little ear flaps, ears, whatever you want to call them. So we're starting to see big dragon in there. Again, this is a just supersize regular number of colors pattern. Stitched on 25 count, easy count. And there you go. So you can see here, here's that horn that's coming into that dark point. And then those are his little ears sticking up into the page. So hold it back here. The detail is going to be insane on this one once you look at it and not be staring at it up close. But look at, I mean, this guy's in the background and he's got a full face on him. So pretty darn cool for a supersize regular number of colors. So it was somewhere between 85 and 90 colors on that. Okay, so let's talk numbers. I stitched every day in May. Didn't miss anything, so I've stitched every day this year so far. In May, I did 20,800 or so full coverage tent stitches. And for non-full coverage with Four Seasons and the Greyhound, since I missed his tree, he was a little lighter on stitches than the other months. So you're at 2344 for non-full coverage stitches for May. Year to date so far, tent stitches on full coverage, 92,770. And non-full coverage, full crosses, 14,547. So we'll keep going for adding those up, seeing those numbers rise. Okay, plans. last year when I was making my plans and setting my goals, because last year went so shitty and I had 61 no-stitch days and there was 4 pieces I didn't touch and other page finish goals that I didn't make. I kind of set my goals lower for the year, especially being, full-time working mom. And not counting partial pages, as far as full coverage page finishes, my goal added up to 22 pages. Well, we're now 5 months done with the year. I have done 10 full coverage pages, so it wasn't exactly 2 per month, but it averaged out to two pages per month, which means I have 12 pages left. But of those 12 pages, Friends Forever is 5 of them. And as you see, I've already got 18,000 stitches in there. The rest of them are going to happen, but I won't be able to cross off those pages until the end of the year because I'm stitching at Extreme Cross Country. So out of those 12 pages, I'm not going to worry about those 5. They're already going to happen. I've got planned to stitch the first 2 weeks of every month. It's going to happen, those 5 pages. I don't have to block out time or worry about when they're going to get done. So now we're only talking about 7 pages left of my annual goals. Of those 7, what else do we have planned? Well, the page on Sunday Delight. I've got half a page there to get that page finish goal. And then I'm going to work on it again in November for another event. So there's 2 pages. Okay. For the last next quarter of Full Coverage Fanatics seasonal event, we are in summertime. So I'll be working on Card Sharp by Omar Rayan. Nice, fun summer piece. But I'm also using this one for Full Coverage Fanatics Tour de France event, which the tour starts on the 29th of June, and it's about 3 weeks long. I can't remember if I'm going for the green jersey or the polka dot jersey, but it's the equivalent of like 3,100 tent stitches. So that's the one I'm going for. Working on it all 3 months for the seasonal sal. I'll get the 1-page goal that I have on it within those 3 months. So that's another page I don't have to worry about. For the last quarter of the year, I'm going to be working on Trick or Treat. I have 1 page left of that goal. So 1 page split over 3 months. Easy stuff there. So that leaves Half-Blood Prince. I have 1 page left goal on it. I'm going to be using that for an event in September. So that's, I don't have to worry about. And that really leaves 2 pages left that I don't have pre-planned that I have to fit in somewhere. 1 page on Kindred Spirits and 1 page on Supersized Color Expansion Museum Shelf. That's it. And I've been doing 2 pages per month. And I really only have 2 full pages that I have to worry about that aren't pre-planned. And a lot of months to get it done. So with that in mind, I'm definitely going to exceed my full coverage goals for the year. So then it's time to give the non-full coverage some attention. One of the pieces that I did not touch last year was my Santa sampler. This is out of, excuse me as I drop everything, Donna Cooler's 555 Christmas cross-stitch designs, or you can also get it on the Cooler Design website, which I'll link below. Santa sampler. And this one I have on 28 count Lugana in gingerbread by Picture This Plus. Again, did not touch it last year. Look at those Santas. They're so cute. So I think I'm going to work on this one this month. Do a couple of Santas, hopefully. And then also, brain thinking while your wheels are moving. So, this year I've been working on Friends Forever and 4 Seasons to get my 2 oldest full coverage and non-full coverage done at the end of the year. Well, next year, Sunday Delight. Well, not my oldest. It's what I'm going to finish next year. And then once 4 Seasons is done, this is my oldest will be my oldest non-full coverage. So wouldn't this be fun to work on a little bit each month? And even if it doesn't get done, get it a heck of a lot closer, a whole lot more progress than what it has right now. So in pencil, written down for plans for next year to work on this one monthly. But right now, we're going to work on them here in June. See some more Santas. The other non-full coverage pieces that I might work on, depending on what's calling to me and how much time I spend on everything. This was my 1-2-3-1-2-3 Sal start on New Year's Eve. So this is Victorian Lady Dance Card by Joan Elliott, and that was the only day I worked on it. So she barely has any progress on her, and my goal was at least 5 days for this year, so she definitely needs more attention. I'm going to work on her. And then this one you have seen already this year, Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. So this is my other non-full coverage design. So that's really it. I only have the 4, 5 plus 5 if you count the Greyhounds. So June we'll see some full coverage because you'll have Sunday Delight and Friends Forever, but then you're also going to be seeing my non-full coverage designs. So we'll see how much progress they get. Let's see. I have been watching some new full coverage Flosstubers that have started their channels that I wanted to bring your attention to, and I will share their links below so you can check them out as well. We have In Stitches with Ebony. She does full, I mean, they all do full coverage, as well as some Fancy Ladies. She likes the Miras and other, other designs like that. Laura, who's a moderator that works with Anne and I to take care of full coverage fanatics. She has started her channel, Buzz Stitches. She is focusing on Kindred Spirits by Anne Stokes. Another retired Haid, but one that I bought before it retired, and that might be my New Year, New Start next year once I finish Friends Forever. So I'm really enjoying watching her progress as she puts in a ton of stitches on that one each month. Ashlleigh the Distracted Stitcher got a lot of fun designs, so go check her out. And also Jill Stitchin' Books. She's got a lot of cool pieces, and I think she just put out her second video. I haven't checked it out yet, but definitely go check these ladies out. I'll link them below. Let's see, what else? Something I completely forgot to mention last month in my video is that I did load up 4 new charts into my Etsy shop, Spartan Stitcher, that I just want to tell you about briefly. So the first one is kind of special to me just because I do wear a POW MIA bracelet and have since beginning of 2020. I took the POW MIA flag design and I charted it. So Prisoner of War, Missing in Action, just to kind of always remember those that have gone before, whether they gave their life or not. Huge sacrifices there. So you can either stitch this all the white on black fabric or stitch all the black on white fabric, whatever you like. I forgot what the stitch count is, but pretty easy chart to do there. The next 3 are all full coverage designs. They are pictures that I have run through a filter to make them look kind of watercolory and then charted it with my software. So this first guy, you know all about him. This is Mr. Spencer. That is not me on him, that is my friend. This picture was taken in 2015 at a horse show in Oklahoma City. I was pregnant with my youngest, and so she was showing him at first level of dressage and qualified, and took him to regionals for the region that we are in. And I just really like this picture. Here in the background is a highway overpass. And if you've ever been around overpasses, you know they are extremely loud. Being out and around them didn't faze Spencer one bit. He did really well at this show. We have a lot of memories from me, like driving my friend and Spencer around that year. So I charted that one. These 3 horse designs, they're all roughly 350 by 450 in stitch count, but they have 124 colors. And then if you know anything about the world of eventing, the equestrian sport of eventing, 3-day eventing, you have the dressage phase, the cross-country phase, and stadium jumping. So this is what you see in the Olympics. Fun fact, the Olympics eventing is only a 4-star level, and eventing competitions go up to the 5-star level. So you would think the Olympics would be the highest level of competition, but they are actually not for the sport of eventing. We do have one competition here in the United States that is 5-star level. That is the Kentucky 3-day event. For years and years, it was sponsored by Rolex. So a lot of people call it the Rolex 3-day event. And then it was sponsored a while by Land Rover. And then in this past year, it was Defender, which I think is also a part of Land Rover. I don't know. But we'll just call it the Kentucky 3-day event. It takes place in April every year. The barn that I boarded Spencer at in Louisiana when I lived down there was an eventing barn. So that's why I got to know a lot about eventing. They put on horse trials shows twice a year. And so I got to volunteer there, and, I got t-shirts, whatever. But one of the trainers that called that barn, her home base, she is risen in the ranks of eventing. She has not gone to the Olympics yet, but she has been on Team USA for other international 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star events. So the first time she went to the Kentucky 3-star event was in 2016. So I have 2 pictures of her from that event because another friend of mine from Louisiana who's a military, Air Force spouse, that just so happened to be from my hometown. She was an amateur photographer and has taken it and made it her own business. So she's a successful photographer now. She got a press pass and went to the Kentucky 3-day event, took these pictures. And then, of course, just like the picture of Spencer, I've run them through the filter and charted them. So this is someone I know with a horse that I was familiar with when she was showing him. She's not showing him anymore. So her first appearance at Rolex in 2016 in the dressage phase here. And then for the stadium jumping, I have this picture of her going over one of the really cool jumps with that Rolex clock in the background. So I just charted these. I think they're really cool. I wanted to share them with you guys. They're all listed in my Etsy shop, Spartan Stitcher. Check them out if you want. If you have any constructive criticism, feel free to send me a comment, Instagram message on Etsy, anything you'd like to see. Do you like this kind of watercolor look? Let me know. So that is a little bit of a shop update. And then that is it for stitching. A couple minutes on real life. The month of May was the first horse show for my oldest. She's 11, showing at first level dressage for the first time this year. She showed at training level last year, and the weather really kind of sucked at her first horse show in May. It was 54 degrees Fahrenheit, rainy, really windy, just not real pleasant, and she did really well. She got 2 first place ribbons, but that's because she was the only junior rider for first level. But as far as her scores, there was one kind of she made some mistakes, so it was kind of lower, but then one that was way higher than we expected. So good on her for those. She's riding the same 2 tests at the same show a week from today. Her instructor was there at the show last month, and also so she saw her performance, was really happy with her. Got to read the judges' comments, which is really what you go for. You go for the, it's not for the placing. It's not for the ribbon. You're going to get your score. You're competing against yourself to improve your scores and get those judges' comments to see how you can improve. So we've got those. She's been working on her lessons with the instructor, and really excited to see how they do at the second show next week. My brother was here. Like I said, everything went really well. Got to see him a few times. He drove back to Arizona and is back to work there. As far as Spencer, he did get his blood draw for his allergy test. I still don't have the results, but I have to remember to call the vet and ask what's taking so long, because they told me it should only take like 2 weeks. But the good news is his hives are gone. He has finished shedding out his winter coat, so he's, summer slick right now. All the hives are gone, so I'm happy there, but I still want to know what was causing them, and get him that treatment, which is a schedule of shots to pretty much desensitize him, just like they do for people. Desensitize him over, months and months, so he no longer have an allergic reaction to it. So that's what's going on in my world. We'll see what kind of stitching we get done in June. I hope everybody has a good stitching month. And yay, I think I finally made it without forgetting anything or making any mistakes. So we'll see you guys later, and have a good stitching month. Bye, guys.